So today I want to tackle a problem that I'm sure a lot of us have, and that's what to do with and how to make the best use of that awkward, hard to access cabinetry above our refrigerators. Here's a solution I came up with, and I hope you like it. This project only takes a few hours, especially if you choose to use fabric or contact paper instead of painting your cabinetry like I did. Originally, we were going to remove the entire cabinet, and my husband was going to custom build a shelf for me. And that, of course, would have taken a good bit longer. But we ran into a few glitches, as you'll see later in the video, and we had to go to plan B, and I'm so glad that we did. On this shelving, you could display your favorite dishes, a set of your favorite china, glassware, or your favorite cookbooks. The first order of business was to dismantle the cabinet, and the first thing that you come to are the doors, so that's the first thing to be removed. I was super excited to have my husband help with this project, as I'm only 5'2", and yeah, I can use a ladder, but you have to lean over so far over that refrigerator to get back to that cabinet. It was just really awkward for me. So here he's taken off the little odd end pieces that were attached to the cabinet. Again, because at this point we thought we were going to remove the entire cabinet. So here's the glitch. The cabinet was recessed into the drywall about 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch. So unless we wanted to do a big drywall makeover, Plan B would be our best bet, and that's to leave the cabinet there, transform it into something functional, and just add some decorative touches. I decided I wanted to remove the centerpiece, so I got up in there in the cabinet, all twisted and contorted, and started to remove those staples, and it took everything I had to get those out. So, ladies, if you're ever working on a project with your husband, be careful where you leave the camera, because he thought it was so funny to fast forward and video me in that awkward position. It's funny the things you'll find when you go to edit your videos. The next step was to clean the inside of the cabinet. I did that with Mrs. Meyer's multi-purpose cleaner, and then I got alcohol on a cotton ball and I wiped down that laminate really, really well because I didn't want any greasy residue of any kind left on it. Here I'm starting to paint. I used regular satin wall paint, Sherwin-Williams Ceiling Bright White. Whenever I'm painting something, I always like to start in the corners, and I made sure that I kept my brush stroke the same with whichever side I was working on, top, bottom, left, right, or the back. I made sure that the brush strokes went in the same direction. So I was either painting left to right, right to left, or up and down. Just to let you know, if you've never painted over top of laminate, it doesn't accept paint as easily as wood because wood is porous. So you see a lot of paintbrush streaks. So I was trying to be really careful to keep that to a minimum. I did need to give the cabinet a second coat, so I did wait the full 4 hours between coats. I believe in doing a job right. If you paint too soon, you could ruin your entire paint job. And it's a little trickier when you are painting over top of laminate. It's a little bit longer drying time than when you're just painting over wood. I did have to give the cabinet a third coat of paint. I could have gotten by with just a second coat, but kind of a bit of a perfectionist, so I knew that third coat would make all the difference in the world, and I rolled on the third coat. I wanted a textured finish, and I didn't want to see brush strokes in my finished work. And you can see here the difference that the roller made versus the paintbrush. The most fun part of any project is, of course, accessorizing and adding the finishing touches and details. Most of this large glassware was under the kitchen island where I needed to put all of my dishes that I had brought up from the garage that's been packed in boxes for the last 2.5 years. No longer do I believe in keeping things packed away. I either want to use it or I want to get rid of it or pass it along to somebody who can make good use out of it. So I got the cabinet accessorized, and I still wasn't quite happy with it. It needed a little something more. I needed some kind of greenery on top, not a lot, just a little, and it just needed some special detail. I happened to remember these corner brackets. Tucked in the closet, I found just the right greenery with tiny white flowers to bring a pop of white to that top shelf. Here's another look at the before and the after. What do you think? This girl is happy that Plan A did not work out. Need storage ideas for under the kitchen sink? Then check out the video I have linked above. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching.